Welcome to the Paradise Paradox. My name's Kurt Robinson. I'd like to welcome you. So today we're talking to Aaron, and he's going to tell us a little story about arriving back in his hometown and feeling maybe a little bit out of place, feeling perhaps even like maybe the town wasn't functioning or wasn't even there while he wasn't there, and it takes his presence, his consciousness to bring the town to life, and also feeling like perhaps the world has kind of changed around him while he's been gone. Now people can't recognize him because of the transformations he's gone through, and we also talk about some even crazier ideas. So. So remember to sign up to Steemit. Steemit is a site where you can actually get paid to write content, create content, post your own YouTube videos or podcasts, and also to curate content. So if you vote well and early on good content, then you can receive some remuneration for your efforts. It might be worth having a look. And also, when you do, you can jump on there, steemit.com/@paradise-paradox, and that way you can look at our content and upvote on all the ones that you like. It helps us out a lot. A follow is even better than an upvote. So go ahead and have a look at Steemit, join, and upvote our content if you like it. So, great, let's get into it. Where in the world are you, Mr. Battle?
This is Australia.
Yep. Right. Specifically
Newcastle,
regional New South Wales.
Yep, New South Wales, Australia. And
beautiful Raymond Terrace. The terrace.
We just stroke midnight. So it's perfect time to record.
Yep. Perfect time for strange ideas to come out.
Yeah, it was weird because I was about to go to bed, and then we started chatting, and then I thought, okay, I'll give you a little bit of my today experience, and that turned into an idea. So let's run with it.
Yeah. So tell me what your experience was.
Well, I dropped into my hometown where obviously I grew up. I spent maybe a good 25 years of my life in this town, which hasn't changed much at all. I mean, we got a new shopping centre at some point, maybe 10 years ago, but that's about it. And I went down there today with Dad because he wanted to get a few things, and I ran into a couple people that I thought, not like friends, but acquaintances or people my brother used to work with. And I thought, you normally, we're kind of on a cool basis, so we would kind of say hi to each other and, hey, what's up, man? Kind of small talk. Mm-hmm. But there was no register of who I was, as in, I was just someone else. And I thought, okay, I do look different, or maybe I'm just I've been away long enough that that I don't register as somebody local anymore, which is kind of cool. Yeah, because I wasn't really in the mood to say, give the whole, man, haven't seen you for ages and what's going on. No, I just wanted to get in, get out.
Okay. Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? It's like, not being a dick about it, but I just wanted to go get some corn chips. Joanna was kind of feeling a bit homesick, and that's pretty. It's silly.
You can't get any tortillas at the corner store there.
No, we don't even have a corner store, man. What are you talking about?
You really are far from home.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. So so as I'm cruising through the shop, and it's just a normal shopping center, it occurred to me that and nothing's changed, and there's people that I even know are working. Like, it's like, well, nothing's happened, and I thought, is this world just keeps rolling over? Everything just keeps, all the characters keep playing their scene while I'm away, or now that I've stepped back on the stage, it starts up again. And and then this is what I just mentioned to yourself. Is this world real while I'm not experiencing it? Because it, to me, doesn't feel like it at all. Feels like, I feel like it's if I don't know, man. How do you explain this?
Okay, so all right. Well, one analogy. Maybe it's not the best one, but it's a fun one. So there's an episode of Rick and Morty where Rick gets trapped in a simulation, and so does his son-in-law Jerry, by these aliens, and so Jerry isn't really supposed to be in the simulation, and so they say, well, let's just turn the processing power for him down. And so he's having this experience walking around, and people he thinks people are interacting with him, but they're just like saying these catchphrases like "my man" and a few other things like
"cool,"
yes. And he's like, okay, great. But they're just, they're just all these paper thin characters. No, that's not exactly what you're experiencing, but it's like, before you walk into a room, is that room really there? Before you go to this entire town filled with people who perhaps never leave that town. Are they still there doing the things that they've always done? Fucking the woman that they've fucked for 10 years, even though they hate her, and working in the job that they don't like for 10 years, even though they once had ideas of greater things. And it's like they're running around like clockwork because maybe they haven't perceived the full spectrum of consciousness.
Okay. You see, I was thinking that maybe this is all just an expression of myself. Like if we pull back and say everything that was when I go to the supermarket, everything there is just matter that's not animated until I start to experience it, and then that stuff gets the processing power, as you put it, it's turned up. So then all of a sudden it becomes animated. It's like the frequencies is pumped into it. It's like a speaker with no current, and then all of a sudden the music is pushed through, and then it's like, was that music playing when it was off? Of course not. But now it's playing, yet the music is not the speaker. So in this example, I'm the music, and the speaker is just the shop and the people.
Yeah.
So I'm cruising through.
That's such a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It made sense because I kind of lost it a little bit halfway through. Anyway, so I'm walking through the shop, and I did see some people that I knew. Like I knew of. We're not buddies or anything, but it's like, normally I would have said hi if it was me years ago, and they didn't register, so I was like, well, that's an easy one for me. I just keep doing my thing and whatever. But my dad ran into people. My dad ran into a lady, and Dad said, and he was talking, he was in a conversation, and I walked over and she said, Aaron or Benny? I was like, Aaron, like as if I was a little kid again, and I'm hanging out at school. Because Benny's my brother, and we used to get mixed up. Apparently, we don't look nothing alike. But I mean, I can kind of get it. Two brothers, kind of the same age. It's either one or the other. Yeah. No need to pay too much attention.
Both brown skinned.
And we're just coloured folk. And then, so I was going along with it, with everything, and it's all fine. But but the whole time rattling through my mind, like, who is this lady? Like, she seems familiar,
okay.
but I got no idea who she is. And
Like
it
a
wasn't.
second grade teacher or something.
She was one of the ladies or mums from Little Athletics.
Okay.
So like the local sporting club.
Yep.
So, but I was thinking, like high school, like teacher or something. And it just felt weird that I had no idea. I was like, I just, is this the memory of this person? Why is there like it's not like at the time it was like there's somewhat familiarity, but it wasn't until after I was walking away that I was like, you know what, I'm blank on this one. And I'm not that old, but I imagine that's what it'd be like if you had like Alzheimer's or something. It's like, I think it's a feeling where you're supposed to know, or you think you're supposed to know what's going on, but you don't. And that's kind of terrifying, because I'm in my early 30s.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on? And that's another situation where it's like, okay, well, Dad obviously knew who she was.
Yeah.
Otherwise, maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't know who she was, or maybe this is not part of, maybe the, how do I say this? Maybe until today she didn't exist.
Yes. Well, that was a tangent I wanted to go off on, because it's like this is an idea which I guess experienced under the effects of psychedelic drugs, but like, so let's say okay, you wake up one morning and yeah, you're in your house, and you walk out, and there's a person there, and maybe you start a conversation with them, but they're there on the level of their physical body, like you can see their physical body. But say if you start to have a conversation with them, all of a sudden they start to, if you start to ask them questions about their past, the details are a little sketchy. Like you'll ask them a few questions, and the details won't come out. And of course, one explanation is they're a stranger, and you're asking them these weird questions about their past.
Yeah.
And of course, they're not gonna know exactly what to say in that moment. But the other way of looking at it is their past isn't solidified. Do they really have a past? It might just take a few moments for the past to figure itself out, and for this impression of the past to weave itself through, so you can experience an idea of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You mean like it's not even created yet? Like it's not even reality at this point?
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because the more okay, that's the first impression. That's insane. That's not possible. That's not the way time and reality works. But then you've really got nothing solid to say it doesn't.
Right. Exactly.
And then if you start indulging or exploring that path, you're stuck with, you don't know where things are exactly, like which side you're even on, because you can't prove to yourself one way or the other. Yeah.
And so we all have to some extent, we have to go through life realizing that on one hand, well, we don't necessarily need to realize this, but on one hand, we're like, okay, so actually, I don't know anything. I only have this information that my senses and my memories are reporting to me, and I have to just assume that that's what's real, because I have nothing else to go on. And I'm just like, okay, let's just see what's around this corner, because I think there's going to be a supermarket there. I don't know. Let's just go along with it.
Yeah.
Like a little, like some kind of, I don't know, like a puppet or something. I don't even know how to describe that. Like, yeah, like a sprite in a video game where it's just like, okay, I'm just gonna walk this way, and wow, what do you know? There's a thing there.
This is like in a video game where you accidentally walk through the wall, and you're playing. So you're like, well, I've gone this far, knowing you're not supposed to walk through the wall. Yeah, but you keep pressing the right arrow, as in forward, and then you pop up in another level, and you just keep playing like. Well, that's a funny little. That's a glitch,
right? Like the Metroid glitch. Yeah, the secret world in Metroid. Yeah,
we just keep playing because the idea is it's not real, and that's possible. I mean, it shouldn't happen, but these game programmers aren't perfect, so they missed a bit.
I wonder if our entire lives are like that. Actually, oops, we kind of reached a place where we weren't supposed to. Let's just run with it, man.
Well, it just seems weird because I mean, of course, I was there in Guadalajara with you for the best part of 2 years, and now I'm back in Australia, and it's like, yeah, I know it's I know this is a big part of my life, but relationships are different. As in, I mean, I intentionally want to be good and cool with everybody. So it's like, there's no bad karma floating around. I don't have any vengeance on anybody for calling me, fat so in primary school or whatever. So it's like everything's just cool. And I feel like even relationships within my family everything just turned nicer. You know what I mean? So I literally have come into a totally different dimension where everything's just good energy. And I mean, even and yesterday, I've only been back for a couple of days. So I lost a day. Tuesday didn't even exist in my reality because of the flying back from America and whatever. And and I thought to beat the jet lag, I just stay awake as much as I can until I'm tired, and then I sleep and hopefully wake up in the morning like everyone else, and everything's good. So I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. I was in Sydney and I had a meeting with an old buddy. About different projects, and I even felt like he was on the same kind of thing. Like, man, I know, like the other week it was your wedding, and we were hanging out, but there's 2 years of time that just didn't exist. I mean, in the conversation we're having a tea and some brownies, normal, non-dosed brownies at a cafe in Sydney, and it was like. There was literally 2 years of life that didn't happen. Like you lose time in the conversation. It's like, time that didn't exist. And it wasn't until I didn't mention it to him, but I knew he knew what I was talking about. Like I knew as in, like, that time didn't matter. Like I was in Sydney 2 years ago. I went away traveling. I'm back in Sydney. It's like we're talking about the same things, the same projects. Like no time happened.
Does that mean you haven't made movement on your projects, or does that mean
no? Well, it was pretty.
Something else.
It was pretty clear that I was on hold because being in Mexico it couldn't really happen. But I'm not too sure because I know time in Mexico is very slow. Like I feel like time in Sydney is very quick. In Newcastle, it's definitely much slower than in Sydney, yet we're all playing by the same 24-hour clock. So
supposedly, we don't have any way of proving that.
Yeah,
we have. That's another one of these rules. We just have to make the assumption. Okay, yeah, let's just say that time runs at the same speed everywhere we are. It's probably not true. It's something very, very ephemeral.
Well, let's go with the old saying: "Time flies when you're having fun."
Yeah.
I don't think fun's really got much to do with it. I think
it's a whole lot of things. It's about flow.
Yeah, there we go.
Consciousness. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what
fun is definitely a part of it. Yeah, it's a factor.
Well, I think fun and flow are kind of the same thing. Like when you lose yourself in the ride of emotions of it's like you get engrossed in what you're doing, and then your consciousness expands or flows outside time reality, and then all of a sudden you pop back in when it's over. It's like, wow, what happened to that whole minute, or that whole hour, or that whole 2 years? Now I'm back. Did I just wake up? Did that even happen? But then I've got your point of view on that side of the camera saying, yep, that did happen. Or did it?
Yeah. Let's just go along with it. It's like we're constantly creating our own history. Like, yeah, let's just assume that we've been making this podcast for 2 years, and let's just run with it.
Yeah, I feel like we're always just starting.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's true. It's like every moment is this opportunity. And this works on several levels. Well, maybe it does and maybe it doesn't. But every moment you can choose to be a new person. And that is literally true from any perspective you come at it from. But then every moment, maybe the universe is reborn in every moment, because we don't really have a reference for what a moment is or for what the past is. It's just an idea. So as far as we know, it is.
I like that idea that the universe is reborn every moment.
Yeah, yeah. Vishnu is up there looking out for us, and every moment he's like, now do it again.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So every moment is like a slither of matter.
Yep. Yep.
Not like entertaining itself, but doing something, like the universe doing its whatever it is doing, life, the experience, but the outside time. But every moment is just like in this array, and we have to. I mean, up ways, sideways, in, out, whatever.
Yeah.
And we are like this conscious orb just drifting, following like feelings around. Drifting through these moments, creating a timeline in any which way we want.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way of looking at it. The other way, I don't know if I mentioned this idea to you, but say you have you draw a cartoon on the page, and you put speed lines behind them, and so the speed lines indicate that there's time.
Yep.
But that doesn't really mean there's time. It's a symbol. It's just an impression, a representation. You're walking down the street, and you have the impression that 2 seconds before you would, 10, 20 centimeters behind. You have that impression, but that's not any more real than the speed lines that you drew on the page. It's just an impression. It's just a representation. There's no way you can know that the past was actually ever there. It's just an idea.
Yes. I can't help but think this is what crazy people think about when they're all jacked with the buckles and their white suit locked in a padded room.
Time's not real. You don't know. Probably, but that's why when people started to introduce radical ideas like that a century ago, yeah, they probably would have been locked up. But that's what kind of keeps us chained down. I mean, free thinking isn't always encouraged, but somehow we've managed to mess around with that and break through, and nobody's arrested us yet. So,
well, this is part of what I was talking about yesterday with another buddy. There's a part where you realise that this is just it is what it is. Like, we can talk about time being real or not real, and then kind of hypothesize other ways that time is part of our part of the way we manage our reality. But the other side of it is we need to be grounded somewhat. So, even though, I like to constantly daydream, it doesn't mean that I shouldn't wear a watch, or that I shouldn't, keep appointments or time in check, or that I shouldn't refer to a calendar. It's like, there's a certain part of entertaining ideas and allowing your own imagination to perhaps open possibilities in maybe, alternate or parallel energy worlds. But then, we still need to be functional to an extent, maybe not completely, but, in a respectful way to our surrounding environment. But that's a hard balance sometimes, because sometimes, you do want to really let yourself loose a little bit. and then you think, well, that other world, it doesn't, which world really exists, and that other world doesn't really matter. But, most of us do need to go to work Monday morning. So, ease up on the acid tabs by Sunday lunchtime so that you can pull yourself out of bed and get there.
Thanks so much for listening, guys. It's fantastic to have you here listening to us, shining your divine light of consciousness, beaming out a reflection of the thoughts that we have, sending them, propelling them further into the cosmos. So that is much appreciated. Remember, you can jump on to steemit.com, steemit.com/@paradise-paradox, and you can have a listen, a read, a look at our content there. If you like it, press join, and you can upvote our content. That helps us out a lot. But beyond that, you can also have a look at the site, write your own content, post your own videos and podcasts, and you can actually get paid to do that. Go ahead and have a look. And please upvote our content if you like it. Every upvote is appreciated and will be repaid in the afterlife with 10,000 helium balloons filled with orange monarch butterflies. That's a promise. So jump onto Steemit, have a look, and if you want to send us a tip, tips are much appreciated. Donate.theparadiseparadox.com. And 1,000 blessings on your family every time you donate a single Satoshis to us. So donate.theparadiseparadox.com, steemit.com steemit.com/@paradise-paradox, and have a great one. Live life to the fullest, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.